Hello, everyone. It is Wednesday, the 4th of June, and today is my monthly scrapbooking spotlight. Okay, so if you're a scrapbooker, then you'll love these. And if you're not a scrapbooker, if you're a card maker, I'm hoping to get some time today to show you how you could adapt for cards as well. But I'm going to be showing a new kit today, and it only came out yesterday. It is called, what is it called? It's called the Make a Memory Scrapbooking Kit, and it comes with all of this stuff here. It's enough to make, well, it actually says it's enough to make 6 layouts, 6 double layouts. So that's a lot of pages. Sorry, 3 double layouts, 6 pages in total. That's what I'm trying to say. Let me get it right. Okay, and it's got the layouts and some instructions here, some pictures, how you can put it together. But of course you can go rogue, and we love to go rogue. Oh, hey, Leslie. Nice to see you. Oh, it's 11 degrees out there. Yeah, that's pretty cold, isn't it? It was 12 here last time I looked. I'm not sure what it is right now. I think it's meant to get up to 14 today, so it might be a little warmer. But it said on my app when I looked at it, and it said 12. Then it said in little letters underneath 12 degrees, it said feels like 6. I'm like, no wonder I'm cold. I've actually got the heater on next to me here today. I don't like to use the fan heater too often because they really chew up your electricity, those things. But that's okay. It's all right because I'm just going to use it while I'm live, and then I'll probably turn it off again. We have got aircon out in a different part of the house, but not here in the cold craft room. Hello, Maureen. Hi, Jeanette. How are you? I know it's cold, right? How cold is it where you are? Have you checked? I wonder. We have 10 people watching already. So hello, everyone. I hope you're all well. Please jump in and say hi in the comments if you would like to. And if there's any questions you have, it was 4 degrees when you got up. That's too cold. Too cold, Leslie. All right. So a couple of things I need to tell you. It is Wednesday. Our sweet sale started yesterday. And that's this one. I've got this piece of paper to remind me to talk about it, and that is all the sweet. We have a lot of sweets. Okay, a sweet is basically a whole gathering of products, paper, stamps. There's usually maybe some embellishments or ribbon or both. There's dies. There's all the different things. Okay, that's what makes up a whole sweet. The sweet sale is pretty cool because you can use not just sweets, not just whole sweets, but the products in the sweets. So just so you didn't want a whole sweet, you could put a bundle in, and you're going to get the second one or the second item that you order from any sweet. Doesn't have to be the same sweet. The second item, the lower priced item, will be 50% off. So it's a really great sale, and a lot of people are very excited about this one. So that's pretty cool. So I can see here I've got, it does say, as you can see here, 50% off. So it's buy one, get one, 50% off any products in sweets, whether it be just single products or whether it be the whole suite. You'll get obviously a bigger discount off a whole suite, but it's a great little sale, and it's a really good one for this time of the year because last year in June we had a 10% extra off bundles, and that was probably a little underwhelming. People weren't that excited about it. This one, people are excited because it's 50% off your second purchase is actually a substantial saving. So it's pretty fantastic. Hey, Maggie. I bet you're cold down there in Tassie. How cold is it in Tassie? That's pretty nice, Dawn. 21 degrees is lovely. I'm actually going away this weekend for a couple of nights, and I'm going up to far north New South Wales, in the little tiny corner just in from Byron Bay, and it's going to be about 21 degrees. We looked at the weather app today, and yeah, it's about 21 degrees and sunny up there. So that's my kind of weather. That's pretty nice. So I'll be escaping this cold area for a few days and getting to some nicer weather. 10 with a top of 11. So you're almost at the top already. Oh, my goodness. That's too cold. Hey, Mary. Nice to see you. Oh, I'm excited too that you're catching me live as well. And you're in Indiana. So that's pretty cool. All right, let's get started. I'm going to switch over to the desk and switch over so that we are using the phone camera. So let me do that, okay? And you can see here, I've got my scrapbooking kit already on the table. Now, there's also, if anyone would like me to, I thought I could have a quick look at the virtual album retreat. I've got all my bits and pieces for that. So if anyone wants to see that, remind me at the end to go through and show that as well for anyone that would like to see it. Okay, so hey Katrina, nice to see you. Hi Heather. Hello, and hello Denise. How are you? Oh, it's Wednesday, which means it's your last day off this week, right? You're working tomorrow, I'm assuming, and Friday, but you're not working Saturday, are you? Denise and I have we have a funny set of coincidences that have brought us to the space in life that we're in right now. And one of those funny coincidences, when we actually got together and compared notes, one of those funny coincidences is that we share a birthday. So that's pretty cool. Hey, Debbie from Southwest Michigan. Where in South? Have I asked you before? Oh, thank you for sharing my video. Whereabouts in Southwest Michigan you are? I've forgotten. I'm sorry. My husband's family come from Manistee. You probably know that, up the coast a bit, just north of Ludington. So yeah, I'm familiar with that area actually. Are you further southwest, like down towards maybe Grand Rapids or Holland or somewhere like that? So I do know the area, and I know all about, I've got to put my hand out and show people, this is where on the map, this is where in Michigan my husband comes from, over here. So when you meet anyone who comes from Michigan, Michigan is basically, there's the mainland of Michigan, and then you've got the UP up the top that looks like this. It looks like this on a map. Okay, so you've got this little bit over here, you've got lakes here, and then you've got this extra bit at the top that's called the Upper Peninsula. So my sister-in-law lives up here, the Upper Peninsula, and my parents live down here. So whenever you're talking to someone from Michigan, they always say, whereabouts are you from? And they give you their hand like this so you can see whereabouts on the map. It's very handy. Pardon the pun. Denise and myself are Geminis. That is correct. Oh, only 8 days apart, Tanya. When's yours? Hey, that's cool. Definitely not Saturday. Definitely not working Saturday. So you're south of Kalamazoo. Okay, I know where that is. I haven't been there, but I know where it is. And it's a very pretty area from what I do know of it. All right, let's have a little look. This scrapbooking kit came out yesterday. Oh, it was last Friday. Happy birthday for last Friday. I'm sorry I missed it. I'm so sorry. And that was our Zoom too. Oh, that's why your husband took the day off. It's all making sense now. Got it. Okay, so he took the day. You know, funny thing is my husband's taken this Friday off. Same thing, right? As a little birthday thing. Yeah, happy birthday for last Friday. How cool. Now I understand. Okay, so let's pull out the bits. Okay, I'm going to actually, this is how it comes. It comes in a, oh, let me quickly grab the box so you can see how it comes. So I took it out of the box and didn't bring the box over. So it comes in a kit. All the kits come in these great boxes, okay? But this one, of course, being 12 by 12, it's a bigger box, okay? Still got the dots on the side, though. See the dots? And when you open it up, it's like a pizza box. You could put a pizza in here, right? I always have a challenge. I think that I should get myself some pizza boxes for sending out 12 by 12 paper. But in the past, when I've wanted to send out 12 by 12 paper, most of my customers haven't minded if I cut it in half and then post it in like not A4, but the fool's cap size envelope. Okay, so can you get the link to last week's Zoom? I did. Oh, okay. I was going to say I did email it, but you deleted the email. No problems. You must be one of these people who goes through and deletes all their emails. I'm not one of those people. I'm not even going to tell you how many emails I have in my email account right now. I need to stop it and actually get rid of some. And my husband and I were talking about it last night. I need to have like a maintenance hour a week where I just go through and delete stuff and maintain my computer and my phone, that sort of stuff. But do I do that? No, I do not. And so I have like 1,000 unread emails on my phone alone. And there's a lot more than that on my computer. So goodness me. Gmail went blank the other day. That's weird. Gmail, silly Gmail. All right, so let's have a look. So what's in here? There's a roll of tape. That's always handy, right? Tear and tape. Put that aside. Some memories and more cards. I'll come to those in a moment. Then we've got all these great 12 by 12 size pieces. And it's a lot. Look how much there is, right? So there's a lot in here. This is a substantial kit. And it's something that is available to everyone. If you're looking at getting started with scrapbooking, this would probably be a great place to start. Okay, so I'm going to make a really simple scrapbook layout today, and then I'm actually going to make a card, maybe even more than one. We'll see how we go. So these are single-sided, okay, and you can see a couple of different colorways here. These are nice. You can cut them. You can use them a number of different ways. I like that there's like, it's a grid here on the side. I don't know if you can see the grid. Can you see the grid? Yep. And I love it when they have grids on stuff like this because it really helps you keep things straight. So that's a really great way of going. So let's put these to one side. Then we've got some more. So they're like DSP, but it's single-sided, okay? Now, this is die cuts. So we've got like some tags here. Can you see those? And look, a banner, some little tabs, some journaling blocks. There's a frame. This is a frame with the stripy bit there. And some little arrows. Aren't these nice? These are great. And once again, you could use them on cards or scrapbook pages. Then we have another DSP piece, which is like a chevron. Super nice. This one is really cool. It's like it's already done the printing down one side for you. So, you know, you could easily, let me grab, I'll just grab a random picture from nowhere. You know, you could put something, you know, put a piece behind this and your page is half decorated. You know, you haven't got a lot to do there. You could add a journaling block and some other bits and pieces and you're done. Love this one. How nice is that? I really, really like that. So what are the colors here? Cloud cover, petal pink, pretty peacock, lost lagoon, daffodil. Do you think it's daffodil delight? I think it is. And then this looks like a watered down shaded spruce, actually. I don't know. I might need to check the colors. Are the colors written down somewhere? I'm wondering if they are. We'll come to that and see if we can find it. Look, another page of those tabs and arrows and journaling blocks again. Another page of those. This is cool. Like a distressed grey. It looks like concrete. Don't you think it looks like concrete? Hey, Nairi, how are you? Nice to see you. All right. And then we've got like little triangles on this one. Still single-sided. You could color some of those in, or you could, you know, do a number of things with those in the background. And this is like this looks like a cheesecloth kind of a design. Does anyone know what I mean when I say cheesecloth? It was very big, as I recall, back in the 70s, maybe 80s too. And I don't know that it's had a resurgence. Has cheesecloth ever had a resurgence? I don't know. I remember running around in shirts made from cheesecloth. Don't ask me what made it cheesy. I don't know. Okay, so this is petal pink and white stripes on a diagonal. Hey, Sue, nice to see you there. And then we've got petal pink and dots. I like that. The dots are lovely. Okay, then we've got, look how many pages there are. You could do a lot with this kit, right? Super, super nice. More cheesecloth. Oh, I can feel some more die cuts coming up. Oh, now these die cuts are really cool. We've got cameras and bikes and strawberries. There's a globe, typewriter, some really nice flowers, hearts. Aren't these cool? And you just pop them out. See, they just pop out. So they're not sticky on the back or anything. You would have to adhere them, but that's no trouble. Aren't these cool? This kit, it is called, let me ask, what do we say? Make a Memory. Okay, and it got released yesterday. And so it's every month Stampin' Up brings out 2 kits. So this month we have this kit, the Make a Memory scrapbooking kit. And the other kit that we have is the pop-ups one. So let me quickly, if I go to, I'm just going to go to the button on my system that says what's new and go to new arrivals. And the pop-up pals has got like, when you open the cards, it's not a stamping kit. It's just, and it would be great to make with like grandkids or kitties. It's in the online store now. It's called Pop-Up Pals, and it's got like a monkey that pops up and a puppy dog and a pussycat and a unicorn. I mean, super, super cute. Really, really cute. The Make a Mem and the Pop-Up Pals kit is only $17.50 because it's not a stamping one, doesn't include stamps or ink, but it's all the pieces to make the pop-up cards. And then the Make a Memory scrapbook kit, the one I'm showing you right now, this is $63, this one. Okay, so it's got everything to make all these layouts. But I think with all those pages, you could make a lot more than what it's suggested. So I love those little die cuts. Aren't they cool? So you always want to check early in the month. It's usually the first Tuesday of the month. Go and check the online store to see what kits are new. And I just love this more distressed kind of concrete look, like in that. Oh, we have some words. Words are always good. So we've got, you know, different things. We've got a hello, a happy, a smile, a love. These are all die cuts. Oh no, these are stickers. These are stickers. All right. So these ones are actually sticky on the back. So you can put those down. Words that are really useful on scrapbook pages, like celebrate, remember, on this day, the story. Yeah, so super, super cool. And you can use these in any combination. All right. Aren't they great? Oh, you're very welcome, Sue. That's no trouble. And then it's got other languages too. So if you wanted to do this in, you know, French or German or something, you can. All right. So we have some French there. We have English, French. Actually, is there German, or is it just, that's just English and French. Let me see if, I'm not sure if there's any other languages or not. Then we've got lots of leaves, which are always good to add to, you know, coming out from behind photos and all that kind of stuff. And, oh, yeah, this is your German. Okay, so German gets a look in as well. And that's it, all right? Except I haven't shown you these yet. So these are like memories and more cards. And I'm just going to use my take your pick tool to get in underneath the plastic. Makes it easier to open. So let's look at these. And I thought I'm going to get you guys to help me choose which photos to use too. I'm deciding whether to go with one or two. But because the kits are make scrapbooking so easy, you can very, very quickly do scrapbooking pages. Okay, so these are single-sided. Oh, glue dots. So glue dots like this that come in these kits. I didn't expect there to be glue dots in here, so that's good to know. You can use something sharp and then just take the top off it like so, and then it's a glue dot underneath. All right, so I'm actually probably not going to, will I take it? I'll just take it off. I prefer the glue dots on the rolls, to be honest. That's my honest assessment, because I find these a little tricky. But you can actually, there's a glue dot there, and when you stick that down, then you can peel the top off, and away you go. You've got yourself a glue dot. But I prefer them on the rolls. If I was putting a kit together, I'd probably default to the roll. But it's nice to know that they're there if you don't have a roll of glue dots. All right, so let's have a little look at these single-sided, different pieces. This one looks like that, you know, swipes of, like, it's watercolory swipes, isn't it? It's really nice. And then yellow leaves, whoops, white leaves on a brown background. It's actually looks like crumb cake, doesn't it? And then we've got some little flowers. So these are all single-sided ones. All of them are. Yep. But you can use them. You only need one side, right? So, oh, I like the green. The green is nice. And you could add, you know, some of those die cuts to these panels if you want to. You've got a grid panel. These are good for writing on. So is this, right? Like a little pegboard, isn't it? Like a piece of notepaper, stripes, and all the different little pieces. So when we look at our instructions, this one would be good to write on as well. I like the petal pink and white stripes, and I love the dots. More dotty ones. I just love dots. We may end up using that one because I like it so much. But little hearts are nice too. Those are cool. All right, so those are like a Memories and More pack, but they're the 4x6 size. Okay, so when you have a Memories and More pack, you usually have 3x4s as well as 4x6. These are just all 4x6. So, all right, let's bring our pieces back in. And I've pulled out a few photos from an old trip some years ago, and I've never got around to scrapbooking these. And these are from a trip to Alaska back in 2018 with Stampin' Up. So I have been very blessed to be able to take a bunch of trips with Stampin' Up, and they really look after us. The interesting thing, I thought this might inspire me today, because the next one that I'm still working on, that's Alaska. That's for next year's trip, and I haven't earned it yet. I'm getting there, but I haven't earned it yet. So, so yeah, that's good inspiration, right? So I'm going to pull a few out. I love this. And then there's a sunset one. This is also in Alaska, looking through the pine trees there at a lake. Look at the color of the water. Isn't that beautiful? So I find trying to choose photos sometimes is the most difficult. Someone's in my driveway, but that's okay. They're just using it to turn around, I think. All right, so another sunset one. Oh, this is Juno. This is we went up the chairlift above Juno up to check out the view. Actually, is that? Yeah. Anyway, I might put that one aside. I don't want that one. I'm just going to pick some. Look at the little icebergs in the water. Look at the ice flows, and then more. You can see. I do not want to fall into this water. That would be super, super cold. And we were there in summer too, and it was pretty warm weather. But the water has still got plenty of ice floating around. Look at all the ice in the water. Can you see it all? Alaska's on your bucket list. Definitely go, Lani. It is just magic. And I'm like, as you can see, I'm still scrapbooking photos. Look, there's another ice flow in that beautiful, beautiful water. Look at it. Little boat going across there. Doesn't that look like a nice place to go fishing? I think that would be lovely. I like these kind of blue, greeny. Yeah, it's more green than blue, but it's really, really pretty colors in there. And then another one of another iceberg. Actually, that's the same one, just different exposure. This one's probably a little brighter, and that would be a better one to use. So let's have a quick look at Alaska is your granddaughter's name. That's cool. I've never heard of a little girl called Alaska. That's pretty cool. She'll have to go there. It'll be on her bucket list too. Got a slurp of coffee. Okay, so I'm deciding which one I want to do. And this one here, you can see they've got the camera and they've got two photos. Okay, see what they've done there? That's really nice. And then this one, they've used the typewriter and they've got a couple of photos on an angle. They're very, very simple pages. Okay, this one's got the world and then 4 photos. They've actually used more pieces. If you didn't want to use that many photos, you could use some of these 4x6 panels too to fill in some gaps. But I'm just looking to see. They've used a bike here. See, look at, they've got lots and lots of suggestions for other pages that you could do. I like this where they've used 2 4x6s and then they've got 3 photos overlapped in the center. That's actually a really nice page. I like that. Maybe that's what I should do. And then it's just a case of deciding. If I was going to go with these ones with the camera, they've used, they've got photos that look like they're 4x4. Okay, so you could choose any of these and cut them down because they're all 4 inches wide. So if you cut it at a 4-inch piece, you're going to have a square. So I like this one. I'm thinking that's a really good one to use. Ah, yes, I would think so. It's just such a beautiful, beautiful place, Tanya. It's fantastic. Okay, I like that one. And then maybe a close-up of one of the ice flows. I mean, that's really nice. Isn't it beautiful? So like you can see there's a glacier coming down through here. And then this is the runoff from that. So you can see the glacier up the top there. Can you see it? We saw so many glaciers. I lost count of how many glaciers there was. That one's actually maybe better. All right, maybe those two. But I like to choose, yeah, maybe that's what we do. That one and that one. And I'm deciding. I love this. That's really pretty. We saw, look, I took so many photos of mountains and lakes and trees, and yes, it is different to the ones in the catalogue. It is simpler. Even though those are pretty simple, this is even simpler. Okay, and one of the things it shows you, like for example, for this configuration here, we've got the camera and then you've got the 2 photos on tags. It shows you up here like a bit more detail where to put your glue. Okay, put the glue behind the camera, behind the strip of DSP that's going across the center. And over here it shows you where to add, if you want to add like some leaves and things behind the words. And then they've done a little bit of journaling. Now, I think I've talked about this before, and I will keep talking about this, that the journaling that you add to a page is really important. And I have so many comments over the years from people say, I don't like my handwriting. I don't want to add, I'll print out something. can I just encourage you? Please don't be embarrassed about your handwriting. Your handwriting is your handwriting, and it's part of you and who you are, and it's part of your story. Use your handwriting, because one day your handwriting will be very valuable to somebody. Now, many of you know, I lost my dad earlier this year, and I have a number of times come across things that he's written down in his little kind of scratchy writing, and I just love coming across those little handwritten notes, because it was part of my dad, and it makes me think of him and feel a little bit closer to him. So please don't be afraid to use your handwriting on pages, even if you're just adding a date. Okay, so this one here, they've added my trip to England, May 2024. So you could just I could write sailing in Alaska, July 2018. Okay, that would be something I could write on there, and that's all it needs to be. It doesn't need to be very much at all. Here they've actually added it to one of the little the 4x6 pieces, and they've done a little bit of writing about whatever's in the photo. So I just think having even a date, something, is really important, and you can use journaling pens for that. I know it's really precious, Marty, when you find someone's writing, and I couldn't cover it up. I couldn't glue that photo down because his handwriting was on the back of the photo. So I used a flip flap instead and found a different way to do it, right? So there are so many different ways that you can do this. I like that they've just used some of the background pieces. So instead of using solid color pieces, which we could add into this to add more variety to this kit, they've actually used the designs that I just showed you in all those 12 by 12 pages. They've used a different design behind each one. So can you see this one's got the cheesecloth design and the grid on the side? This one's using the dotty petal pink paper, which I think looks really nice. And there's a little bit of information about each one to show you how to add the leaves and all that kind of stuff. And then there's some other samples here of other things you can do with these. I love this one. I really love these stripy papers. So let me get out a couple of papers and let's decide. So right now I'm leaning towards these two, but because one's portrait and one's landscape, I may change my mind with that, because I do like the idea of them both being the same orientation. But if I'm going to use 4x4 photos, it wouldn't matter because I'd be cutting them down anyway. So let me have, okay, so what would look good if I was to choose these? Okay, they would look really, really nice on this. Actually, I'm just looking, this paper, this is just like cloud cover swipes across, but it looks a bit watery, doesn't it? So that actually would look really, really good. Hey, Lynn, how are you? So let's have a little look at that. That's really nice. I like that. And they've used that one on that concrete-y background, but you wouldn't have to. You could use, I like this background. I think that looks really nice. The other one that I really liked was this one, but I don't know if this is going to go with those. It probably does, but I like this one better. So I'm actually going to start with this one, and I'm going to pull these pieces out, and let's move that out of the way. Just putting them next to me for a bit, and then I'm going to decide for sure which one so I could go with this and use the tags. That would be quite easy. It would be very nice. Then again, I like this configuration here with the stripy papers, and they've used a frame and one of the 4x6 pieces and another frame. I like the idea of using frames. That looks really good. And I like the bike, but you could use any of the pieces. It wouldn't have to be the bike. So let's have a look. So this is just a one photo piece. This one uses 3. Okay. So let's have a little look here. I've got, the thing is I could easily cut some of these down too. So I'm deciding whether I would like to cut them down or whether I want to use them as they are. So if that one goes over this size, I'm loosely looking at this one here, okay, thinking that that might be a good one to go with. So that would be a piece here. And then maybe that piece here, but I might cut that down a bit, I think, because I don't want it to go all the way to the other side. And then they've got a piece here. Okay, I could do, I'm looking to see. Well, I could do the little boat. The little boat would look nice there on the water, and I could cut that one down. These colors are great, aren't they? Let's bring our cutter in. One of the wonderful, wonderful things about, so this one, I'm not going to cut this one down because I like it as it is. I'm going to cut a bit off this little guy here, about 1 inch. And I'm going to take a bit more actually. And then I want to, so this one is this is going to be 4 by 4. So I've got a square now. And then, can you see here, we've got this one, and this one. So I'm going to have them kind of deciding which way I want that to go. Maybe that like that. So I'm following this configuration. And you can pay more attention to all the little instructions, where to put the adhesive and all that stuff. But if you're fairly confident, you can just follow a picture and go, yep, I like it like that. All right, so this one, I'm just looking to see if there's any others. I don't have any others that are portrait. So that one, instead of cutting it down, I'm just going to overlap it. So they're going to look loosely like these 3 here. Can you see that, what I'm doing? I'm kind of following that configuration. Yeah, the cloud cover page. Doesn't the cloud cover look nice in with these colors? And I'm just looking at the sun coming in through my window. It's creating all sets shadows. So I'm just going to put my blind down. It happens at this time of day. So there we go. That might be easier for people to see. Is that better? Yeah, it looks nice just like that. All right, so let's see what else they suggest. So I'm copying this idea. We've got some little hearts. We've got some stripes. Well, let me have a little look here. You know, I said I really liked this. So I could go with, let me see how this would go. So I'm putting them kind of loosely. Is the yellow too stark, do you think? We can pull in some other colors and see what we decide. I'm looking to see what else would look good. So if we wanted to write some journaling, we could use a journaling page. They used this on their piece, and that would also look good. So we're just loosely kind of I like the yellow dots, even though there's no yellow in my pictures. I like them. And then there's also, you know, there's also this. Let me try that, because I feel like the petal pink, there's no reference point for that, but the green might work. Well, that looks nice. The green is good. If I didn't want the yellow. So basically, when you're doing these kind of things, you just want to play and like line up different colors and patterns and textures and see what looks good next to what. So that isn't bad. The yellow was stood out more, but I feel like, yes, this is a brand new kit that came out yesterday. So Stampin' Up! Releases at least 2 kits every month, okay? And sometimes they're usually card kits. This is the first time they've released a scrapbooking kit. It's called Make a Memory Scrapbooking Kit, and it came out yesterday, and it's $63. It's this one. See, Make a Memory Scrapbooking Kit. So it was released when you go to new arrivals. It was released with the new stuff yesterday. All right, so I'm going to try a couple of other colors. I don't feel that don't like that as much. I'm liking this one so far. This is the winner so far, this one. Let me see what else we've got. There's also this, but I feel like that's not going to stand out enough. No, it's not. I've got some yellow flowers. I have, we have some chevrons. The chevrons are nice. And also there's also the hearts. So so the hearts is the one that was actually shown in the diagram. So we've got hearts. I mean, hearts would be fine because we like the idea of what do we think about that idea? Do we like hearts? You have the hearts? Yeah, because they have the green and they also have this pretty peacock color which goes with everything in here. We like the hearts. The green works, the petal pink pulls out the mountains. Ah, yeah, okay. Yes, so there is kind of a pinky kind of tone to the mountains here. I didn't think of that. You're right. All right, so do we like that? I think maybe that's good. Let's have a look at the picture and see what else. We haven't even started sticking down yet. Okay, so they've also put, all right, so my photos are bigger than what they've used. Well, these ones are anyway because they've cut theirs down. So they've got on here, they've got a banner and a hello. I don't know if I want a hello. That might not be quite right. But we've also got some little leaves here. So let's look back at our die cuts that are in the kit and let's see what we could use. I love, this is the piece, this piece here is the piece that they used behind here. Can you see it? They actually cut that out of the paper. I really like it. Okay. Well, I like the idea of I like this cloud cover banner. Let's have a look at this. I don't know whether it's going to be too big. It might be too big, but we can always come back and use something smaller if we want to. And if I put that right across there and across the bottom of the, so I've pulled the photos down a little bit so you can see more because I don't want to have it all covered up. And then let's find some words in our kit. So if you were just getting started with scrapbooking and you really weren't sure what you wanted to do, this would be a great place to start, okay? I think the scrapbooking kits that we have are absolutely phenomenal, but this one, so that's the hello that they used on theirs. I'm not going to have hello. I'm going to have something else. I think maybe remember might be nice. What else do we have? These are the moments. That would be nice. We could do something like the best day. So some of these you can mix and match. You know, today. I like these are the moments. These are the moments is nice. And it's got like a Lost Lagoon thing on it as well. What do we think? Yes, the hearts do have a little bit of yellow, which I think lifts it a little bit, and that's kind of cool. All right, I'm liking how this is looking, but I'm deciding on what to put on my banner. And I'm deciding, because these are stickers, okay? So you can just peel them off. You know, I could have remember this day. You could do that. What do people think? The colors are nice, aren't they? Aren't they nice, Maureen? All right, I'm going to start putting things down. So what I want to do is I want to start with what's at the bottom. So I'm actually going to put some glue behind here. And if you're thinking to yourself, gee, you're using up all your time, Linda, and you're not going to have time to make a card. I'm going to have time to make a card, I promise. Right, so I'm going to just lift this up, and I'm going to put that right about there. I just want to make sure that it's lined up like parallel to the edge of my paper. So that's the first piece that's going down, okay? And then this piece, so it's about an inch up from the bottom and nearly as much on this side. So I'm going to put these two pieces down first. I like that the green in this pulls out the green in the photos. These are the moments. Yeah, it could be, Marty. That would work. I'm going to... All right, so this is going to go, like I said, about an inch up from the bottom and then nearly as much from the side. There we go. And then we're going to go ahead and start gluing photos. So this one, I know it's about a half an inch down from the top of this, and it's about not quite 2 inches, probably, yeah, nearly 2 inches from this edge. So I'm going to go ahead and put this piece down. I'm not cutting this one down because I'm going to overlap it. So there is no right or wrong with scrapbooking. Okay, I mean, there isn't any right or wrong with card making either. So let's be honest there. Card making and scrapbooking are very forgiving in that, you know, very often you can embellish something and cover up something if you don't like it. And I always love that about card making and scrapbooking. All right, so then this one is going to go here. So let me glue that down. You could use the tape they give you. I'm just using my Tombow because I like Tombow and it's quick and easy. But you can use the tape or you can use whatever your favorite glue is. So that one's going to go right about there. Now, remember this piece is going to go here across. So we want this one to be right about there because we want the gap in the middle. So the gap's about half an inch and it's going to cover a little bit of the top of each photo. Now I'm actually using this piece of green almost as a mat over this corner here. And then that one's going to go right across the center there. Right, so let's glue that down. Now, if you wanted to put this on dimensionals, you could, but just understand that when you put your scrapbooking pictures or scrapbooking layouts in an album, you don't want to have them too bulky, okay? So, and you're going to lose the benefit of some of that dimension. So let me put that right to the edge of this. I'm just lining up the edge. And that piece is going to go right there. Okay, it's looking good. Okay, so what was it we said? These are the moments. Okay, so I'm looking. These are the moments. It's this one. And we're going to put that right here in the center of this. Look at that. Doesn't that look good? So easy. All right, so it's coming together. Let's see. Was there anything else that they suggested in the instructions? So once you get sticking, all the preparation of deciding where things should go is the part that takes the time, and choosing the photos is the part that takes time. Once you've decided those things, it comes together really fast. Okay, so I'm looking at this. Okay, they've got a couple of leaves. So let me grab the die cuts again and let's see what leaves I can throw on here. I do also have some die cut leaves from, you know, various, for example, like I have a die cut leaf from, what set's this from? I'm trying to remember what it's from. You know, you could do something with those and put some leaves on. Okay, this is a glitter piece that I've got from, that I've cut out previously, but I'm going to use the kit today. But, you know, basically if you run out of pieces, you could always cut more from different bits and pieces that we've got. And right, I'm just siding. We've got these. Well, here we go. We've got like leaves, and I've also got like a rose here These are stickers too, are they? No, this is die cuts. So let's pull out one and see. And against this green, I think these will look really nice. So I'm deciding which way I want this to go. All right, so I've got a petal pink rose here with green leaves, and I could have that going straight across here like this if I wanted to. You don't have to. This is just possible suggestions. All right. And I do really like, so that actually would look quite nice. All right. So that's actually a possibility. You've got all these other die cut shapes, different little flowers. So if that flower was too big for you, you could, let's see. We've got a little bit of yellow here. So I think it would be nice to bring some yellow into something else. So let me, you could add a little flower here. That might be better because I don't think we need this big one. What do you think? And then maybe a small little flower here. Like that. What about the globe? The globe would be nice, except I think it's a bit big, but it would fit. It's really good for color. Okay, we could add it to the top. Let's have a look. Like, here's the globe. You could put that up there if you wanted to. Now, remember I said we need to do some journaling. So I'm actually going to, I don't know that I do want this on here, but I just wanted to show you what it would look like. Let me see if I've got some journaling pens, and I just want to make sure I've got one that's, went and bought some journaling pens from Bunnings, but now we have journaling pens in the catalogue. Has everyone seen those? Or I think we do. Yeah, we do. But I did go and buy some from Bunnings before we had them. So they're just Artline ones. But the ones that we have now, let me quickly grab my journaling pens. Are they actually listed in scrapbooking kits? I'm just looking to see. Does anyone know where we would find them? I am not sure. Albums and accessories, 74 and 75. So here's your albums. And there's some lovely scrapbook pages shown in the catalogue that you could also copy those as well. But I thought we had journaling pens. I was sure we did. Let me have a quick look. I'm just going to go and have a little look. Okay, so yes, there's a 0.4 Stampin' Journaling pen. They're $17.50, and they will be perfect for adding words or thoughts to your page. Now, I really like writing around the corners of a photo. I always think that looks really nice. Depends on what you want to say. So in this case, we've got words here, and I feel like I could do, if I wanted to say quite a bit, then I would write probably around here and write down the side of this one. But because I only want to say something like, what do I want to say? I want to add the date, which is July 2018. I want to do that. There's a little bit of glue there. And when you've got a little bit of glue, if you have one of these little guys, just rub it with your adhesive remover and that will get rid of the glue. You ordered one. Yes, Susie, you do have them. Yeah. So for anyone who's wondering about those, page 31. Thank you, Denise. Denise just told us it's page 31 in the annual catalogue, but it's a black 0.4 Stampin' Journaling pen. I find 0.4 is a really good size. Okay. This one is 0.4, as you can see. But, yeah, you want to always make sure that you pick one that's not too thick, not too thin. Somewhere right there in the middle, 0.4 or 0.3 is right around the right amount. So, all right, so I want to say something to the effect of, I'm going to write here. Sailing along the, I was going to say Alaska coast, but I ran out of room. The coast of Alaska, July 2018. Little heart. Okay, so I love writing around the corners because I think it gives you, and you don't need to have the most perfect handwriting, okay? I think, oh, it's a pack of 3 for $17.50. Thank you. I thought to myself, yeah, $17.50 is a fair amount for a pen, but I'm really glad to hear it's a pack of 3. Thanks, Denise. That's really, really useful. Hey, Jolene, how's Minnesota today? All right, so it goes around the corner here, and it helps to give us a little bit of a border, as well as being a little bit of journaling, and it just adds to the whole page. I'm going to stick this down, and you could just glue them down. Like I said, it doesn't really matter about dimension because you are going to be putting it flat into an album anyway, but I'm just going to add a little journaling, sorry, a little dimensional right there, and I'll put another dimensional behind here. And because we've got yellow in the hearts here, it actually pulls them in quite nicely. All right. And there you go. It's a finished scrapbook page. How easy was that? Very, very easy. And I think the swooshed cloud cover paper is perfect with these colors, don't you think? They look really great. Oh, that's okay, Nairi. So we're actually got a little bit of time left today, and so I thought let's use some of these bits and pieces to create a card or two. And look, it's so easy to do quick and easy cards. And I'm going to use one of my favorite things, which is the basic white note cards and envelopes. Okay, these are fantastic. If you want to do quick and easy cards, this is a really great way. And if you've never made cards, it's a great way to get started. Your envelopes are included, and I think that's fantastic. Let me just, there's 20 note cards and 20 envelopes to match. And they're scored, so you don't even need to worry about, not getting the half, not getting them quite. Can you see there's a score line in the center there? It's a bit hard to see. Anyway, makes it very easy to fold, right? So I'm just going to flatten that down. And now the measurements of these, they are 9 centimeters across by just short of about 12.8 centimeters high. Or if you're doing it in inches, they are 5 inches by 3.5. Okay, so that's the measurements. So because I know that it's 9 centimeters across, okay, I'm just going to go and put this here straight into my, and I'm going to do at about 6.5 centimeters across or 2.5 inches. Okay, and I'm just going to go from top to bottom. Okay, and we know that it's I'm going to do 4 inches or 10 centimeters. And I'm going to pop that in there. And just doing that gives us a cool, I'm going to do a couple over here. So you really will find that doing a quick little card with these scrapbooking papers is so easy. Oh my goodness, so easy. So I'm going to have that. You can put them right in the middle. You can put them on the edge or to one side. Let's do one of each, okay? And you could just use them like this. If you wanted to put a Pretty Peacock mat behind, you could, because Pretty Peacock's going to go good with both of these. So will I move it to one side? This one I'm just going to glue it down. And I'm just going to use my Tombow here. I mean, if ever you thought to yourself, I like the scrapbooking kits, I like all the pieces, but I'm not a scrapbooker, you don't have to be. You can just play around and do cards with it. Super nice. I'm going to grab some Pretty Peacock paper. see. Yep, there we go. So this is 2.5. So I'm going to make it about 7 centimeters or 2 3/4. And how's the width? It's 10, so 10.5. So I'm going 1/2 centimeter bigger, or roughly 1/4 inch on each side bigger. And you really can just play around with these pieces to your heart's content. There's no right or wrong. All the pieces, like if I decided, for example, that I wanted to not use the scrapbooking component, this actually would look really nice. Let me just get that centered. Like if I wanted to, you know, I could use these pieces and just put it on a card. Why not? Did I just lose my, oh, who knows what I did with it. I thought I'll just do another one. Right, so I'm going to have that way. Yeah, if I wanted to, I could put this on here and that would look really lovely, but I'm not going to. I'm going to have this one. I'm going to put this one on dimensionals. Hey Sheila, nice to see you here. Oh, hello Miss Susan. Hello, hello. How are you? Susan, I'm going to call you out. Susan had a giant, magnificently wonderful well, we call it a class with 160 kids yesterday, 4th and 5th graders, and helped them make 160 cards. I mean, how amazing is that? You deserve a medal, my friend, because that's a big undertaking. Do I want it this way or that way? I want it that way. And then we're just going to pop that right there in the middle. And you could use words from the kit, or you could use, if you have white paper, you could just punch yourself out some paper. Just going to grab some basic white. So I've got some basic white here. And then you could put very, very simple. You can see how easy this is to use. They're so super, super nice, right? And I'm going to use Pretty Peacock ink because, of course, it's my favorite color. And we're going to I think the kids did love it. And Susan's just tired now because that's a lot of work. All right, so let me find a great greeting to put on here. What will we use? I'm looking for a good one. We've got the beautiful motif set that has all these lovely, you know, you've been on my mind, I'm here for you always. Those are really good. There's some great greetings in those. I'm thinking what else would be really good to use. I have a lot of sets that don't have greetings, and I'm going to get some more greeting sets, I think, because I need some more. Let's see, what have we got in the sweet jar? We've got happy birthday. No, that's not the one I want. Well, this one's good because it's got this lovely With Love from the Thankful Garden set. So maybe we'll just use that. I'm glad you're feeling better too, Sheila. That's awesome. All right, so let's do a With Love. And then this one, do another With Love. And this one I'm just going to pop right there in the middle. You don't even need, if you've just done, like you can see, we just rolled our circle around in the ink pad. So you don't even need to mat it if you're doing that. I'm just going to put a couple of dimensionals behind it here. And then, of course, it would be nice to add some bling, wouldn't it? I mean, how easy are these little cards? Super, super simple. This one, I'm thinking maybe it would be fun to use a piece behind. This one looks more finished with the matte, don't you think? Whereas this one, I feel like it needs something else, this one. I'm still going to put this on. Oh, thanks, Susan. We've just made a scrapbook page. Did you see it? This is like also showing so many different ways to use the scrapbooking pages. So this is from the Alaska trip in 2018. Can you believe Susan and I didn't know each other then? We were both on that trip and we didn't know each other. So there we go. Yes, if you've got offcuts left over, so many different ways you can use them. And these kits, you could just go and go and go with these kits. On an angle, says Kay. Yeah, I'm wondering. I'm going to have this one over to the side here. But I feel like that one needs more. Do you agree? I've got some leftover the sheer ribbon with the silver edges. These bows were left over from a project I did the other day. So maybe I'll use one of those because I think that might be nice. I feel like this card definitely needs a little bit more love. Even though it says with love, we need to add a little bit more. And then probably some bling. I could see how many of these I have. Look at this. All these left over. And let's add this one here in the middle. There we go. They look good, don't they? What bling will we use? Bling just makes it feel finished to me. So we've got silver here. So maybe some silver. I'm going to add some silver adhesive backed metallic dots. Oh, it's got a cat hair. Come on. That's no good. Who else has the cat hair or pet hair problem? I know some of you do. Try that again. Minus the cat hair. And then let's have one here. It's a little silver adhesive back sequin. These are not sequins, they're dots. But that goes nicely with the silver ribbon, doesn't it? You have a dog hair problem, I'm sure. I know, right? It's a problem. I do need to get some more of these dots because I love them and I use them probably. They're one of the ones I use the most because they're so versatile. So I'm going to pop one here. Oh, no, that one has hair too. Oh my gosh. Come on, cat, stop shedding hair over everything. That is a problem with little adhesive dots. Anyway, you get the idea. All right. So these have been made super, super quick and easy with leftover bits from our kit. All right. So what did we make today? We made this page, and this is such a simple page, but it just came together really, really nicely. It shows off some beautiful parts of our trip. This is 12 by 12, so it just slides into a page protector in an album. And I have another photo done of my trip. If you wanted to, you could also maybe add some Winker Stella to the flowers. That would be really nice. I have some Winker Stella close by. Let me just see. Where is it? Here's some. Let's see. Is this one? I've got one that's on its way out, and this might be it. It must be the... I've got Winker Stella coming out my ears. Oh, this one's better. So I'm just going to colour these in and make them sparkly. Because you can never have enough sparkle on a page, right? There we go. I don't know if you can see it. It's a bit hard to see, but can you see it sparkly? It's hard to see. Oh, I did see a little bit there. So there you go. You can see the sparkle on that yellow flower and these other ones too. There we go. Strands of love glitter. Oh, I like that, Tanya. Yes, love glitter strands. We have a lot of those around here. All right, so how do we go? Now, I actually have a scrapbooking class tomorrow, and I'm thinking I'm going to take this kit with me and let the girls have a play and come up with some fun things they can do, because I think these are great. And then these are like little leftover cards that you can add extras. Super, super cute. What do you think? Do we like these? All right, you guys. Well, thank you for sharing a little hour with me today as we made a scrapbook page and a couple of cards. It does show you that scrapbooking kits are not just for scrapbookers, but you can also use them. Card makers can use them as well. And if you like these colors, then I would think this is a great kit to get your hands on. All right, guys. Well, I won't be around tomorrow, but I will be back on Friday evening with another sketch for you on Friday night. So I'll see you then. I hope that you all have a lovely day today, and everyone stay warm. Get those heaters on and make yourself a nice cuppa. And I've still got some. I'm going to have to go and heat up my coffee in the microwave because it got cold while we were busy working. But yeah, I really like how this turned out today. Oh, thank you so much for the thumbs up, Marty. I really appreciate it. And don't you guys forget that if you wish to subscribe to my channel here, subscribers is how I get my bits and pieces out to more and more people, and more people can hear about what I'm doing and all how easy it is to papercraft. So please subscribe to my channel. That would be awesome. And don't forget, our sale is going on right now, so go and check that out in the online store. I'll put all the details below the YouTube video in the description. And Denise did remind us too, she's live at 2 o'clock, so that's less than an hour, Denise. You better go get yourself ready, honey. But you can go check out her channel at 2. All right, hope to see all of you very soon, and look after yourselves. Bye-bye.